are you? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to look at the daily collective energy. So I hope things are going well in your world. I posted zodiac readings for the month of January, so definitely check those out if you're looking for a message that is a little more specific to your situation. These are collective readings. If the message resonates, definitely pick it up. If it's not vibing with you, then it just means obviously it's not meant for you. And I do these every day, so you can always check back in if you are interested. All right, I like to start off with an energy cleansing, cleaning out anything that is blocked or preventing us from seeing, sensing, intuiting clearly, getting rid of the old energy, etc. So grab a smudge bundle if you want to participate on your end. You obviously can receive the cleansing from mine or totally skip ahead if it's not your vibe. All right, with that, let's get going this morning. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is blocking the highest and best messages for our heart, our mind, our soul. Help me to be an open vessel, an open channel for these messages. Release any blocks within me. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm recording this on Wednesday, which, like I said, these messages are timeless. So whenever you find them, as long as they resonate. Wednesday is the day of Mercury. And thankfully, Mercury just went direct, which is nice. We only have one more planet in retrograde that goes direct, Uranus, at the end of the month. And then we have a little bit of a break from the retrograde planets for the next couple months, which is really nice because it gives us some fluidity and some movement forward. If you've been following along in the videos, we are still dealing with some cleaning up energy, cleaning up from 2023, the residual, it's kind of like dusting after a sandstorm or a dust storm. I don't know, something along those lines where you're still kind of picking up some of the pieces. So energies that are coming up, why I'm saying this, energies that are coming up are, still frustrating, still annoying. There's tension in certain areas, but then, like I said, we're getting a lot of support to move through this. We're seeing more forward momentum open up. I think that a major theme of what's been going on the last couple weeks, last month or so, is it really is playing off of our emotions. So the moon is square to Mercury, Mars, as well as the vertex point. The way we communicate, the way we want to see things happen, make them happen with that Mars energy. Also kind of bringing the old stuff to head. There's, we're ready to be done with whatever, right? We're ready to be done with these situations. We're ready to move on. We don't want to be sitting in this energy too long. And that's where that kind of cleanup concept comes into play. Mercury is a great day to do some research, do some planning. It is connected with, how we engage and interact with our community, our daily environments. It's the opportunity to help kind of overcome fears, anxiety. One of the best ways to do that, right, is through knowledge, just gathering awareness on whatever it is that you need to see. The moon is coming up front and center, so just confirming that more emotional kind of energy. I know on my end, I've definitely been feeling this, specifically at night, before bed, in the morning, after waking up, even in some of my more downtime spaces. So just be conscious. I feel like one of the best things if we're feeling overwhelmed, one of the best things we can do is say, is this my energy or is this someone else's? Is this something from outside of me? We're dealing with a lot of people putting their stuff on us. And this is as we're making plans, as we are refining where we are headed to. That is the message that was coming through yesterday. We still have to keep moving, right? We still have to keep with the game plan, so to speak. And sitting on our laurels, resting back, not really paying attention or taking a little bit of a break. It's not necessarily the time to do that. It's not saying like, keep working, whatever. It's not as much about that as it is don't forget about where you're headed and needing to analyze things a little bit more today. Air energy allows us to kind of sift through the emotions, sift through the illusion, the things that maybe are harder for us to look at. Like I said, when we gain awareness, when we gain knowledge, we have a different perspective, right? We're able to look at something through that eyes of intellect and really understanding things from that space that's not so triggering, right? That's not so triggering. That's not so, personal, right? Not everything is about us, and it can get easy to get sucked into that energy, especially when we're dealing with people or situations that we're a little more sensitive around. It can seem like it's a personal attack. King of Swords is on the bottom, so definitely confirming that need to be a little bit more diplomatic with how you approach things. I feel like if you're not getting what you want from your immediate environment, it's time to explore other options, other avenues. Mercury is also a really supportive energy to help us with that as well. It gets us out there, it gets us talking, communicating, etc. And with it being square to our moon today, as much as we might not like what people say or some of the things that we come into contact with, it's going to be a better gauge as to how it fits for us. Our emotions are our emotional guidance system, meaning that when things get triggered, when things come up, it's a really good opportunity to say, why? Where is this coming from? Is this something that I need to look at? Or is this not even my energy, right? Is this something that is from outside of me? Ace of Cups, new beginnings, new offer. Ace of Cups, actually really all the aces have been coming up for us. It is the new year, so it makes a lot of sense when it comes to starting fresh, starting new. Ace of Cups is new love, being passionate about something. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. It can also just be something that you're really excited about, that you love, that you want to see nurture and grow. And it's coming from this space of you letting go, right, of that toxic, cutting the things out that haven't, double ace confirmation right now, or there, that haven't been honoring you. This is a long time coming. I don't think this is something new you've been working on. I think you've been working on it for quite some time, but you're starting to see a little bit of the fruits of that labor, right? So it's really interesting, even as we cross over into the new year, there is this sense of relief that comes through, like, oh, we got through it finally, and that's the energy that I'm getting from you today. Spirit is asking us not to get too emotional with what is happening around us. We are on this path of healing. It's something that's assured, I love the star because it is the wish fulfillment in the major arcana. So it reminds us we might not have what we want quite yet, but we're headed in that direction. And we're actually headed in there in a way that is really nourishing, really restorative to our heart, our mind, our soul. Meaning we're coming into that space from a stronger place because we are doing the healing work, because we are being conscious and aware. There's our third ace, guys, Ace of Wands. So really kind of diving into this passion. Like I said, research, knowledge, communicating with people, networking. It's a really great opportunity to do that today because there's a lot bubbling underneath the surface, and we really want to dip into that energy, especially if we're working on something specific to bring in. The Judgment came up for us yesterday, so there is something that we are coming into that feels a little bit out of left field. We're not really expecting it. This can be some residual stuff from the past with that Mercury. Mercury went direct yesterday. So I feel like there is, let me clarify, but there is this energy of like, 11:11 on the clock. Partnership, community, the way we work together in our environments that needs some attention. You might be someone who does a lot of things alone, or maybe the type of community you've been surrounded with over this past year has just not been your vibe. Maybe you're looking for new people to collaborate with, etc. And I think you're finally seeing that, like, no man is an island, right? We do need people to some extent. And as much as we can be very independent and driven and focused, or we're trying to self-protect, etc., that's only going to get us so far. We keep seeing this vibe around disappointment, sadness, maybe even some depression, anxiety over what you're walking away from, not being certain or settled or confident in the direction that you're heading. Too much of this past energy is lingering, and by golly, we got 3 aces this morning. So I feel like it, I know trust in the process is easier said than done, but you're unintentionally stressing yourself out, and I do feel like this is coming from your end, your energy. Places that you let the outside energy affect you too much. It is a great opportunity to ground and be a little bit more disciplined and focused with how you're heading, because this is all fear, anxiety, worst case scenario. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work out how I want it to. Again, keep that faith, right? I wish I had a different phrase for it. Maybe you can drop one in the comments below. But definitely just keep pushing forward, right? Keep that faith. You're headed in the right direction. You're on the right path. What you're building for is supporting your home, your family, your sustenance, years to come down the road. You're setting the stage, setting the groundwork. And 2024 is a lot about finding that rebalancing and reciprocity in all that we do. Making sure we get paid right for a job, or that we're actually appreciated at that job. Looking for a promotion, refining our skills, budgeting, saving for a house, whatever it is that you're dreaming about right now, it really is going to help you. I feel like you're preparing the foundation for what the next cycle is coming into play. There's a lot of fear that you don't want to go back into the same stuff. And that's probably why we're seeing this past energy kind of sucking you back in. It's the worst case scenario. It's not only that it won't work out, but it's also that what if this person comes back around and lures me in or charms me with their ways, etc. We do have to be mindful of it, but I also hear it's like trusting in the work that you've already done, trusting in the healing that you have accomplished thus far. We were getting that message at the end of the month. It was like a couple days ago, end of December, where, it's making sure that you're taking time to acknowledge what you've come through, what you've overcome, the strength that you've had, not putting yourself down because it doesn't look exactly how you thought it was going to look present day. It's coming. It's in the process. This perseverance card is asking us to continually push through and attend to our daily tasks is what I'm hearing, right? It's easy to get inspired, motivated, excited. 2 10s in a row. So we got 10 of Swords, 10 of Cups. It's all about our happiness, our fulfillment, learning from past mistakes and choosing not to make those again. That can be easier said than done. It's the formula, right, for evolution, to grow, to expand. But it can also be something that comes with a lot of different layers. And when we are more aware, more tuned in, when we have the knowledge, when we can recognize what feels good and what does not for us, it's easier to make the harder decisions of what we need to be walking away from. What we already have started walking away from, but we need to continue to push forward and continue to do, because you're building something very beautiful. Maybe you need to get away today. Maybe the holidays have been a lot, you know. It's crazy. I feel like I didn't even do that much and I'm still exhausted. I was thinking that this morning. I'm like, I need a vacation, a break, you know, some time off to really rest and restore. It's so much fun to hang out and be with people, but it does take a lot of our energy. It can be very draining, especially when we're dealing with people that, you know, really don't honor and respect who we are as individuals. So recognizing that change is happening and it's unfolding and you're in the process, like I've been reiterating this whole reading. You might not be at the end of this chapter yet, but you're almost there. And I feel like things are unfolding, things are coming together around us in order to receive what we're working towards. Make sure to have fun, relax, play. We got that message yesterday as well. So in the places that you can, take some time, take a break, have fun. Have a little dance party, you know, with yourself in your kitchen, make some good food, cuddle up, read something inspiring, something that's actually like just really nourishing for our soul, because we need to connect a little bit deeper with our feelings and our emotions. And I was hearing this as we were moving through the reading. When we don't acknowledge or we're afraid to say how much we're scared about letting something go or acknowledge that, it can make us disconnect from how we think, how we feel, what we actually want. So having some fun time, playing, enjoying the day, etc., it's going to help us tune in to where we're at, what we want, and also connect with those around us. That has also been a theme. It makes sense with this Mercury energy because it is about communication, connecting with those in our environment, etc. So I feel like this is actually new people. I feel like, yes, it's the people that are in your day-to-day living, connecting with the people that you enjoy, having some fun with them, etc. Maybe it's just at work, a coworker, whatever, having a good laugh, whatever it may be for you. But then this is also, I do hear that there are new connections coming into play. If they don't come in today, this is something that's going to be trickling in as we're moving through January. But also, I feel like being intentional about those new connections that do come in, especially if they come today. This is what you're building for. So much is changing. We see that. That's been a current theme, a consistent theme in the messages. And now we're in the preparation stage. We don't leave ourselves hanging. We don't leave it half-assed. We make sure that we're continuing to refine and plug away, but also taking that break, having some fun, and being intentional about who and what we're connecting with and how we're doing that. That will really help us continue to push through this like residual cleanup energy. Thankfully, this first week isn't too intense. So I'm hoping that whatever is coming up for you, it's just like the little BS. If it's not, I'm sending you all the love and blessings. I know that it's not fun to continually have to work things out. I get it. It's exhausting. But know there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Sorry, it's a cliche, but it is true. All right, with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in always. I appreciate the love and the support to the channel. It totally blesses my heart. I love doing these. I'm sending all the love and blessings your way. Have a happy Wednesday.